MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Candace, you don't have to get less than that. You have to go to a tank top in the next few days. It's getting, I see in the 2 weeks out, 96 degrees is forecasted.
I know. Summer's coming quick. I don't even know where's spring. I mean, you know, like in the blink of an eye, spring just going to be gone.
You need to have that Clint Black song playing. Y'all remember that song called Summer's Coming? I always like that upbeat, fun song.
Yeah.
It is. But be ready for it. And before long, you'll start seeing those itty-bitty swimming pools in the backyards of all us rednecks trying to keep our toes cool.
We have one for our dogs
to
jump in, yeah.
Wallow
those
around.
Little plastic pools.
Look, we have a problem here, and I don't know how to handle this. My mainmost dog, Sophie, has gotten a complex.
Oh, goodness.
And she no longer now wants to go riding in the Lincoln Continental looking out the back window having a good time anymore.
Have you taken the little one?
No, she hadn't been, but she's upset over this. I took her out to the car yesterday. I had to go to the bank. I opened the door before we get in, and she just looked at me. She's her feelings are bad hurt.
She's like, I saw you holding that little dog.
She don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it either.
I think she'll warm up to her, maybe. I don't know.
I had a friend of mine who had a girlfriend and a wife. She never got used to it, and it ended kind of bad for them.
I bet that would for the girlfriend. Yeah.
What was that song? Do y'all remember that comedian that wrote that song that it was Today My Wife Met My Girlfriend? It was funny.
And tomorrow I'm going to the funeral home.
Maybe the way it ended. We do hope your day is going well. There's so much happening in and around the area. Coming up in a few moments, Al Davis will join us from Al's Garden and Gift out on 19.
Yes.
One of the big things. Let's see a few of the headlines that are going on. Don't forget the Antique Alley coming up before long.
That's right. It's going to be May the 12th through the 15th, and it's going to be 20 years they're celebrating.
That's a long time.
Goodness.
I hope they sell that lamp that's been there every year.
If somebody, I won't be able to go every time. You know, like I said, every time something good comes up, I got to go out of town. So
Where are you going this time?
we're at a ball tournament. I think it's Brandon, Flowwood, somewhere around that area. But anyway, I hate it because I'm looking for a china cabinet still, you know.
You ain't got it yet.
I ain't got it.
My neighbor hauled one off to the dump. I should have told you.
I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
I know.
He moved.
Because I looked all over Meridian.
He couldn't find nobody that wanted it, and off to the dump it went.
Yeah,
If you hurry, you might get down to West Lauderdale before and have to fight off those 5 people that are always standing there when it's unloaded.
Goodness.
Don't act like you ain't met them.
I'll pass on that.
Sometimes you pull up and you ain't got time to throw away your stuff. It's all gone out of the back of your truck.
I know. I've heard of people who had stuff stuck in the back of their truck they didn't want thrown away.
And it was gone?
It was just, they hauled it around all the time, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, because they done took everything out the back of the truck.
You can act like it don't happen, but it does.
Yeah.
As we go to headlines, MPD has released this, and this is one of those things as we pull up the picture of Wanted, and here's what we got from the Meridian Police Department. Sheila Poe is who they are looking for. Here's a closer picture. Have you seen this lady anywhere? If you have, contact the Meridian Police Department. And let me read the details of what they released yesterday on this. She is wanted in the investigation as the CID division, an active warrant. Her name is Sheila Poe for manslaughter and culpable negligence. This is in relation to that elderly female that was found at that home that had passed away back on April the 22nd on 44th Avenue as a week or so being passed away before she was discovered or reported. I'm not sure what the truth lies on that. But they want to talk to her. There is a warrant for her arrest. I know that there have been several sightings that ended up not being her. Somebody said, hey, I see her in the store, and then, whoosh, and it wasn't her. So if you look like her, carry a sign that says, I'm not her. Best I could tell you.
Not me. Yeah.
But they are looking for her, and we do hope they find her quickly. And again, you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Right. But we will find out more details on this. That was a sad situation. How many more people? We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You think about that wasn't the only person in that home. How is everybody else? Their condition.
She was in charge of
correct.
This home, I guess.
From my understanding,
if that's correct,
the owner of it is the best way I know to answer that. But we'll learn more on this as it comes out, slowly but surely. your elderly people. And this goes back to if you've got someone in a home somewhere, go by and visit them often as you can. You make a difference in their welfare. This is coming up starting next Monday. It'll reroute your schedule if you go somewhere in the Meridian area. Let's pull this up so everybody can see this. This is going to be Country Club Drive. They're going to repair a storm drain. And so beginning Monday the night, for 3 days, they're going to shut down this area of the road. And again, you can see this on sammedia.network to zoom in closer in case your screen on your phone or your television isn't big enough.
Right. So if you do, go that way, you got to take a detour.
Al, let me ask this before we go any further, because I remember the days, you're about close to my age. Let's pull Al in on this. Al, how are you over there?
I'm good.
All right. As kids, probably a big TV back for us back in the day was a 32-inch TV.
Console.
Could any of us make it now? I mean, what you're looking at here in front of us are 32-inch.
Yeah.
TVs are what, 70, 75 inches now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I thought I was big time and got a 36-inch.
Oh.
The thing weighed about 200 pounds, and it was. I remember it was $700, and back then that 36-inch was huge.
Yeah.
I can remember the console TVs that we all had.
That's back before
we were kids.
Nobody stole your TV then because they couldn't tote it.
You didn't have to worry about somebody toting that out the door.
Now they can tote a 65-inch on their shoulder and run. But could you honestly go back to that small TV screen?
I could.
I mean, if I had to, I guess I could. I know when we go camping, our camper TVs are... I think, ours in our living room is a bigger one, but like the bedroom's small.
I got to have big. Big is better. I guess if you've never had it, it's kind of like you don't know what you're missing.
Right.
But once, like, you sit behind that new car drive and you go for a spin around the block, you got to have it.
I was just glad when cable TV came into our house because, the 3 channels that we had, 2 or 3 channels with the rabbit ears.
Changes it.
When we were growing up,
But, I can actually see a large TV from anywhere in the room. The small ones, it just makes things harder to see.
Yeah.
So, a little thought on that is, how you been, Al?
I've been good. How about y'all?
Man, I know y'all stay busy.
Oh, gosh, yes. It's our time of the year. For sure.
Coming up, Al's going to talk to us about Mother's Day. If y'all don't know this, it's right around the corner. He's going to fill us in on all this.
It's coming in.
It is this weekend. If you have not got your Mother's Day cards or gifts.
Time just seems to go faster.
I know.
The older you get, the faster it goes.
Yes.
Because we're really, almost at that halfway point to Christmas. I mean, that close, y'all.
And you'll be busy again, won't you?
Exactly. Don't even talk about that. Let me enjoy spring.
Yeah.
But then 96 degrees next week is not making me happy.
As we look around some other things that went on yesterday, we only have one report yesterday of any gunshot. Now, this is what I've got reported. This was on 44th Avenue. No one was hurt that I'm aware of or any damage. But that was the only one that came into play yesterday that I'm aware of. And have you ever seen one? Let me pull this up on the screen. You ever seen one of these? This is a Meteor.
I have not, but if I saw it, I would have just thought it was a piece of asphalt.
Yeah.
Or a piece of charcoal.
Somebody was grilling out or something.
Yeah.
This, if y'all remember how the sky looked the other day when everybody was snapping the pictures of that trail, this landed just east of Natchez, Mississippi.
Oh, goodness.
The emergency service put that out there, the state of Mississippi Emergency Management. I want to say that right. But that's what landed.
That's neat.
Come a long way.
We were digging the other day. My husband had tilled up a little area to plant tomato plants, and he found an arrowhead out on our property. Yes, it was so neat. I mean, it was perfectly carved and chiseled out. It was really neat.
I've got friends that look for those in creeks and stuff, and it's amazing the stuff they find.
Oh, yeah.
I've never gone and searched, but that is a big hobby.
He just thought it was a rock, and then he dusted, shook the dirt off. And
I remember my dad was just tilling up one time behind the property and found this rock. It was like a 10 by 10 inch square rock, but it turned out to be a bowl that the Indians used to grind up corn and make cornmeal in.
Well, that's right down the road from our house.
Exactly.
So,
it's right behind the ponds.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
It is. Blake Clark said he's got a 32-inch color TV that he cannot pick up. It's too heavy.
I know when my grandmother went to one of the newer version TVs, it still wasn't one of these flat screens, but they didn't move the old one. They just sat the new one up on top of the old one. Like the old one was a piece of furniture then,
You can't give them away.
No. And, back in the, even as a kid in Scuba, Mississippi, we had the TV repairman. He doesn't exist anymore, does he?
Nope.
He went along with that little greasy guy that checked your oil. All of them are gone. Because it's cheaper just to go buy a new one than to have it repaired. Yeah. That's sad to say, but it's...
refrigerators and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ooh, I done got a text that I said that wrong. That was a meteorite. Runt row. Oops.
A meteorite.
I do make mistakes from time to time. We've got a lot more local events to talk about that's coming up. Don't rush off, Al. We got some questions about what's going on with Mother's Day and all that fun stuff. All next. Y'all stay close. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
After a long day at work, I was hit by a truck less than a mile from my house. I'm LaTanya from Hattiesburg. I've worked hard all my life, but I found out the hard way insurance companies can abandon their customers when they need them the most. I needed someone that would work and fight for me, so I called Richard Schwartz, and I'll tell you, I'm forever grateful I made that call.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And good morning. Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace on a gorgeous Tuesday right now as we warm into the 70s. Again, we expect it to be about 88. And quickly, before we go to Al, we want, because you've got a few days to plan as we look toward Thursday. It looks as though we're going to have some severe weather. And let's pull this up what the National Weather Service is telling us at this point. This is what has been pushed out right here. Now, this tells us that the Delta is going to be a level 3, and this goes back into Arkansas. Our area is at a slight risk, and you look at that, and they're predicting storms and possible tornadoes. A very serious time, and you've got planned to have a weather plan. I said that wrong, but have a weather plan in between now and Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And what that means is if a tornado warning is issued, where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and how to protect you and your family. Very important. And Al, I know that you're involved with the rescue and the volunteer fire department. Y'all get a lot of calls when this stuff happens and trying to help folks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's, between trees down, last year I thought we was never going to get a break on clearing the roads with trees. It was one storm after another. And then, I think it was last year that we had a bolt of lightning hit close to my house, and I looked it up on my little app, and it was like right down past my sister's house. And within a couple minutes, we got paged to a house fire. My neighbor's house, it caught on fire by that lightning. So you just never know.
And cell phones, in the old days, if y'all remember, everybody told you never to talk on the phone that was corded to the wall because it'd come in the house and zap you. I don't guess cell phones would still do that, but it's still in my head. I can't shake that from back in the day.
I just know, I guess it was January that our house got hit by lightning. Knocked everything out. It was awful.
This is what we got coming, and lightning is dangerous with each one of these storms. But here's the weather outlook of this. This is the Area 3 from Jonesboro, which they've had a lot of tornadoes, include Memphis. And do we expect this to move east a little bit? It's very possible. We'll watch this closely to find out where this becomes severe weather. We just want to give you enough time to be ready for what's coming. And again, that is Thursday night. This is dark time.
I hate that.
I know.
At night. But Kansas really got it the other day. That was awful.
And I want to address this because you know this better than anybody else, Al. You work, you carry a pager. When something happens, you jump into action to go help with the volunteer fire department. Somebody was mad because the fire department the other day didn't get there quick enough. You got to remember these guys are working their jobs, and then they drop everything and they got to go to the station to get the truck. It's not like the Meridian Fire Department that are at the station and sit there and wait on it all day.
And it also, minutes seem like hours. When you're needing help, it just, it doesn't seem like you get there quick enough. But it's really faster than it feels. But like you said, a lot of people, people be out in the field working or at their job, like you said, and you had to stop, go to the station, get the truck. You got to let the truck air up. So it does. It seems like it takes a long time for us too, but it's really not if you think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but keep that in mind when you call them. These guys got to get there, and they do get there as quickly as they can. Now, as we move to this weekend, Sunday is the big day. It's going to be Mother's Day, and of course, y'all got a lot going on. What is the perfect Mother's Day gift? What do you get, Mom? What do you suggest there, Al?
Well, the perfect one would be a gift certificate.
Well, there you go.
It's easy to carry, and they can get whatever they want to that way. But gosh, we got we're loaded up right now, with all different, planters, hanging baskets. Rose bushes are huge, and we've got probably the best selection of stuff this year.
Hang on. We got to interrupt this broadcast for this breaking news here from Al's Gardening Gift.
Uh-oh.
We've got, what is that, chocolate? What is that?
That is apples, that's covered in caramel and then chocolate. Some have nuts, some don't. And they are supposed to be coming today. So, those
are so good.
Those are a very big thing for Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas.
They're really good.
They are. Mm-hmm. I hate it when I drop one on the floor and it breaks, and I think, well, somebody's got to eat that.
I know.
It's the 5-second rule.
That's right. We don't go by the 5-second rule on that if it's still wrapped.
Those are neat, though.
That's funny.
Neat gift.
And of course, as you're talking about gift certificate, but also those who have lost their parents, you got to keep this in mind. Y'all even mentioned this. This is one of the things that you can pull up here and take a look here. Flower arrangements to go place.
Right.
And that's plenty of those.
Yeah, we got Wanda Pugh. She's been with me since I opened up, and she can make some of the prettiest arrangements you ever seen. And she was there yesterday making up some. So yeah, for those unfortunate ones that have lost their mom already, come by there and pick up one of those arrangements and take out there to them. She's got the prettiest ones you ever seen.
Now, this, I don't understand that you've got posted here. I ain't ever seen nothing like this.
Uh-oh.
3 colors and what is this?
Oh, yeah. It's actually 3 plants. That what they've done is they braided the 3 plants as they grew. They braided them up into one. So it's technically 3 plants in that pot, but they're braided together. But they are beautiful. I had one last year in my house, and it was so pretty. I kept it over the winter in my greenhouse and got it out. I got to get it back to my house.
See, is that a hibiscus?
Yep, it's hibiscus.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even pronounce that. Y'all be
Some
careful.
Some people call them hot biscuits.
Yeah, hot biscuits.
It's a hot biscuit.
That's what you'd call it, ain't it?
I had it envisioned Al out there with a needle injecting, trying to make it have 3 different colors. Going,
Yeah, those are pretty though.
They are. It was for those who can't decide if they want a red one, a yellow one, or pink one. You just get one of those. You get all of them.
Yeah, pine straw. I need to come see you and get some pine straw.
Yeah, we just got in, and we ran out for a little while. We stockpiled it over the wintertime, so we try not to run out, but we ran out a little bit last week. But we got a new load in Saturday. So.
Well, let me ask this, because I heard you talk about this. You just got a big award, did you not?
Yes, we did.
Tell me about that.
Mississippi Magazine, they do kind of like Meridian Star does Reader's Choice. Mississippi Magazine does best of. And so they choose, you nominate people. They have a nomination time where people can nominate their favorite places.
Right.
The places, I think they pick the top 5, and then they let people vote on those top 5 and to get the winner.
It's prestigious.
It is. I mean, I was floored to find out that we were even nominated 2 years ago. And we got I think 2nd or 3rd place last year, which just floored me. I mean, that was amazing out of the whole state of Mississippi. And then last year and this year both we got 1st place. And,
that's a home run.
I've always said I wish they had a best of customers award, because I'm telling you, I've got the best customers the support that I have is overwhelming. I mean, it's amazing. Makes you feel good.
Yeah, it has to.
It absolutely does.
The gift shop is amazing. If you've never been in their gift shop,
thank you.
If you just if you've just been out in the garden part and just seen the plants, you need to go in the gift shop because they've got the neatest stuff in there. And I always like the glamour wash,
Whoa, what's a glamour wash?
Okay, Angie uses it, the laundry detergent that smells really good.
Oh,
if
that
you like
stuff
that,
I spilled all over the floor.
Oh, I bet she was loving you.
Yeah,
when you
I bet
did that.
she was. It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but I love it to use on my sheets and towels.
I'm kidding you. I
really
dumped
good.
the entire thing that she had, every bit of it, and I kept thinking, what is this smell in here?
I've even put it in a carpet cleaner and clean the carpet with it. I mean, it's just great.
I mean,
you use it for perfume and stuff
No,
like that?
I don't dab it behind my ear or anything on my No, I don't do that.
But you wash your sheets.
Yeah.
Wash your curtains. Some people wash their carpet with it, like Candace said.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who just mix it in a spray bottle and spray it on their clothes because their husband don't want it on his clothes.
But the smell, it lasts for the longest time.
It'll make your whole house smell good.
Right. Kurt took something out of the closet not long ago, and he said, "This is from last year."
Oh, not your husband. Has your husband gone to the other side already?
No, they have a. To me, it's a little bit manlier smell. The high maintenance to me smells a little more.
I'm so manly, I won't even wear cologne.
Look, I bet you wear clothes every day that's got the glamour wash.
That's possible.
Anyway, they have it at Al's Garden and Gift. You need to go check it out if you need that.
Didn't know all of that.
Along with an array of other things.
Using those words like array, Al, good on her.
Yeah, we got our patio shop too that we call Zeke's back porch. A lot of people ask, when the back porch opened up, is that the same? Is that your place? And I'm like, no, that's the back porch. We have Zeke's back porch.
Yeah.
I opened it up 2 years ago, but it's something that I had always wanted to envision since I've been there, of naming that Zeke's back porch, because my dad's nickname was Zeke. Everybody called him Zeke. Okay. And he loved sitting on the back porch, drinking his coffee, and I just had envisioned that place being filled with patio furniture and calling it Zeke's back porch.
Yeah,
and so last year or year and a half ago, no, actually it was a year ago this March, I surprised my family. They didn't know I was doing it, but we got all kind of patio furniture and all that out there, so kind of honors him.
Yeah. How long have you been in business now,
Al? A little over 4 years.
And it, of course, it was an idea, and the next thing you know, it took off, didn't it?
It's amazing we have grown so much. We've almost grown out of our spot, and it's really, really amazing and humbling at how much support. I mean, I get people that come in from all over, 50 to 80 miles away, to see me, and I'm thinking, gosh, really?
Yeah.
You drove that far to shop with me? I mean, it's very humbling.
Do y'all do demonstrations anytime during the day how to get down and dig a hole and put the stuff around?
All day, every day. I mean, if you ask us how to do it, we'll do a demonstration for you.
That's tougher than you think. I got asked one time by my wife to go dig a hole. That was dangerous.
Well, I was digging holes yesterday. We got asked to do the courtyard for Meridian Little Theater, and I don't do landscaping anymore, and I don't do it for a reason. And
it's
yesterday I was
work.
reminded of why I don't do it, because stoop down planting all those things at their little courtyard, I slept good last night.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you this also, and I know you sell it whenever you're needing sod. If you want to not be able to walk for about 4 days, go ahead and do that, because you're putting it down and you think, oh, this is easy, until you wake up the next day.
That's right.
Because that will make you use muscles that you didn't even know you had.
And there was a lot of people sore last week, because we sold 4 truckloads of sod last week and still didn't have enough for the people who wanted it.
Right.
So we got a truck in today, and hopefully a truck coming tomorrow.
So with that being said, I respect anybody that does that day in, day out.
I do too.
You just don't realize. And those, there's so many different things that you have to do when gardening that you wouldn't think of.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my lawn care people who do landscaping also besides grass cutting, they can't wait for grass season, because they do landscaping during the off season time, and they're like, I can't wait for grass to start growing so I can start cutting grass again. And I understand it.
now, do y'all do decorating for homes for Christmas and stuff?
Wanda and Robin, her sidekick, Robin Hancock. She they go do mostly for Christmas.
Yeah.
They have a list of houses that they do.
Like if you don't want to hang your own decorations type thing?
Right. They'll go, you pull all your decorations out of the attic or wherever, and they'll come put it all up for you.
Okay.
They stay nonstop busy during the month of November.
But at Christmas time, I know y'all have a lot of Christmas decorations and ribbons and all kind of stuff.
We'll start putting it out in September, and then of course you get all those folks that say, Christmas already, it's not even Halloween yet and not Thanksgiving, but you can't wait until then to start putting out all that stuff because it takes a while. And so yeah, that's why one thing we use the building with the patio furniture for the Christmas shop, so we can kind of set it up without everybody seeing it until we get it open.
Somebody's asked where your place is.
We're on State Boulevard Extension, right off Highway 19 North. If you know where Walmart on 19 North is, we're 3 miles from Walmart going toward Collinsville and Philadelphia. And you'll turn right at the Dollar General. You'll pass Rockhouse Pawn, H&H Auto, the back porch now, and Dollar General. And we're behind that Dollar General, 3 miles north of Walmart on 19 North.
And nowhere in that description did Al use the word over yonder. I am so shocked. We don't even know where your place is now since you didn't say that.
I'm sorry. We're over yonder past the Dollar General. The Dollar General is something.
Yeah. I hear that so much there. We got some more questions coming up for Al as we go through this morning. It is flying there. And again, we have to say congratulations to you, Al, on that.
Thank you. I appreciate
one last question about plants, because they die so easy. What is the secret to having a fern that makes it more than a month? Because
one,
I know you have
gotta,
repeat customers.
You got to buy it from a reputable place. I mean, a lot of places sell ferns. They're potted in pine bark, and that dries out, and they die within a month.
I didn't know that.
So you got to make sure you buy one from a grower that's grown in the right stuff that'll last in a big enough pot. Also, using fish emulsion or the Miracle Grow in the blue box called Mere Acid. Those two products are really good for ferns.
Okay.
Boy, they sure do look good on porches. And you got a bunch there to choose from, I know.
Yes, we do.
As we look at that, let's talk about, we want to pass along condolences to Lewisville, Mississippi. I'm not aware. I'm not sure that everybody's aware of this, but they lost a police officer this weekend. She was on duty. She had some form of a medical problem, was rushed to the hospital, and she passed away on Sunday. So we mourn with Winston County as for the loss of a police officer.
So sad.
Can't say enough about that. It's sad when that happens. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And this is the word across America right now. And this has to be done purposely because things don't slip out of the Supreme Court.
Right.
That is like one of the most highly regarded security places in America. But word is this morning that Roe versus Wade is getting ready to be reversed.
Yeah.
So y'all be ready for this.
Yeah, from what I understand, it possibly was somebody who, somebody leaked it on purpose. Yeah. Obviously, to cause an uproar right here before the election time. So, because it will get a lot of women in an uproar that are for that.
Now, something that I didn't know, and I read into this morning, the lady, Wade, who's involved in this, if you will remember, a few years ago, she went through this, and then she came out publicly against it and said she was a born-again Christian, that she wanted this decision revoked. I had no idea about this. On her deathbed, are you aware of this?
I just slightly remember.
On her deathbed, she comes out and she goes, I was paid to say all that. I'm not a Christian. I didn't believe in that, but I was paid to go before the cameras and say all this for the last few years. I was shocked on that. So she never believed in what she was saying there at the end. But will it be reversed? It's certainly looking like it. Yeah. It would be a 5-4 vote if this passes. We'll see. As the Supreme Court, and again, this is not final. I don't want anybody to think that it has actually happened. It's just a leak. And it could be nothing more than a rumor. But they're trying to say it's well,
they say
strong.
legalizing abortion nationwide is what the decision was,
But the Supreme
that
Court
was made, and they're trying to overturn it.
Right.
But they said that it'll really depend on the state as far as
what we've got
what
is, and
they'll
I've got
allow.
that pulled up here, is 26 states that is supposed to immediately, once this goes into effect, ban it, make it against the law.
Right.
People that could turn into this, Georgia and also South Carolina, could vote to limit bans on it. North Carolina would keep things just as they are, shockingly. But as you look at this, let's pull up a picture here of the states that would most likely change. Florida would vote probably to make it red, to go against it. These will do some changes, but these gray areas across the United States will keep laws just as they are.
Yeah.
That's what we're expecting. And you could see as a nation divided, so to speak, here.
right.
Some are for this. I look at it as murder. I always have. You may not agree with me. It's America. You have a right to disagree with me. But to me, it's taken a life. Period.
I mean, I just think it's a sad situation when, they're not even given a chance at life.
No.
These babies that, because, I mean, some of them are aborted right up to
the time
of birth almost. It's awful.
But look for this, and y'all be ready. We'll probably roll into the streets of America. We're protest. I don't know whether they're the type that bring along torches and do all of that, but expect it to be many protests hitting the streets soon. Expect all that.
I love animals, but people put more rights for animals than they do children. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, I mean, and I'm not saying anything against animals, but I'm saying, like, it's against the law to say kill endangered species but it's not against the law to kill a child.
It's wrong.
I just think it's just crazy to me.
We'll watch this decision. Will it happen? No word yet of which day that it will come out. Late June, early July is expected for this. So they're giving it a good month and a half out before this happens. So we'll watch this. Morning, JT Rigdon. Glad to see you watching us there from Union, Mississippi. Yes. Sandy Johnson is up in Marion. Look at her. Mm-hmm. You got your makeup on, Sandy? I'm just checking.
Good morning to Daphne Childs. Rick Gardner, good morning to you. And Donna Sims, she's watching from Philadelphia.
All right, we got more on the way. Stay close. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. Fresh blueberries, $3.99. Dixie Crystal Sugar, a 4-pound bag, only $2.39. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. Bryan Wieners, $1.69 for a 12-ounce package. And certified Angus beef top sirloin steak, $6.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Look at old Amy joining us from Robertsdale, Alabama. Glad to see you, girl. Hope everything is there. Duck Hill joining us also.
Where is Duck Hill?
I'd have to ask Al on that. Al, tell us. I'm going to put you on the spot because I don't know
where Duck Hill is. I'd have to ask Siri.
Give us some directions. I've heard of Duck Hill, and I don't have my phone quick enough to Google that.
Here, let's see.
Uh-oh. We're all on this. We're going to find out where Duck Hill, Mississippi is.
15 missed calls from work, and they know where I'm at. They're trying to mess with me, I think.
Let's see. Peggy Joyner is joining us from Pine Springs Road. I hope it's beautiful over there. Now, we do have a slight chance of an afternoon shower. I don't want anybody to be caught off guard on this. It's out to the west of us right now.
Right.
So what'd you come up with, Al?
Duck Hill is up by Grenada.
Well,
between Winona and Grenada.
There you go. All right. Look at there. JT was all over it.
Yeah. Well,
what were you going to clear up?
I was just going to clear up what I said a while ago about the animal situation. I love animals. I know there's a lot of people that love animals too. And a lot of people have animals and they consider those their children. So I wasn't saying anything against animals, but I was just saying.
Sophia's getting ready to bite you.
I was just saying we need to put as much respect on human life.
You see her growling over there in the corner? She's wanting some of you now.
She's like, I'm going to take you down. Yeah.
All right, let me ask this. Let's go back to 1903. What would you, just guess, and I'll put this on you. What is, when you think of Christmas, what is the Christmas song that comes to mind? Just first glance. Let's see if you get this right.
I think it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, but I don't know about 1903.
Well, this is when the guy that sang it was born, is what I'm hinting at. It would become a big movie, and when you think of Christmas,
What?
where are you going with this? What's going through your head?
Didn't he sing White Christmas?
That's it. That's the whole thing. I'm dreaming of a white. Bing Crosby, born on this day back in 1903. And you can't, when you see his name, that's all you, I know he done other things, but White Christmas is that one thing that pops in mind.
Mm-hmm. I had a CD that I listened to old Christmas music. It was like a tradition that I had to turn the Christmas music on. When
Was
we're
White
decorating
Christmas
the
on that
street.
CD?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, making sure.
It was Bing Crosby and all the old,
But he
older
was a
ones.
great actor. But seriously, of all the things he ever done, he goes down in history for White Christmas. He may have done others, but that's the one that jumps out. Now, 1928, another old boy. This was big during the 70s. As we had Convoy, the movie, come out. Then we had Smokey and the Bandit. It was a big time. We had the Blue Mule, if y'all remember going back in those movies there, White Line Fever. Dave Dudley, really and truly from the 60s to 70s, owned the truck driving music. You'll remember him for 6 days on the road, and I'm going to make it home tonight. Love that song. And, of course, when Sawyer Brown re-recorded it, they took out the line of the little white pills. That went away.
Yeah.
They changed it to little white lines, meaning the highway,
Yeah.
because it wasn't politically correct anymore.
That was the start of it.
Yeah. There you go. You got censored.
I don't know though, but yeah.
All right, as we go back to 1933, can I get a I feel good from your side of the room over there?
I feel good.
Yeah. Look, I just picture every time I see this man, I picture him in hair rollers sitting in the hair salon somewhere before they took him down and styled his hair.
And I'll have to, and of course, Al, I know you know Debbie as well as I do, but back in the day when we all worked together, she had a little James Brown that sat on her desk that you could walk by and you'd hit it and he'd dance and go, I feel good. And every time I think of James Brown, I think of that little statue there. James Brown, born on this date back in 33.
Hey.
That's been a little while, hasn't it?
It has.
Indeed.
But coming to America, of course, he was a big part of Rocky there.
Yeah.
I can't say that I really like this song. There was a ton of people that did because it was number one, and I can still hear it in the background. It was that soft rock type music. He was born on this date back in 51. Now, the name, I'll say the name, and I'll see if you can name the song out. Christopher Cross. Can you name that to you?
Sailing.
There you go.
I think that's the only song I know that he sings.
And you're with the rest of America too, because I don't know what Arthur's theme is,
I don't either. I had never heard that one.
and I've
Yeah.
never known what the man looked like until I looked at that cover.
What's Think of Laura on the cover of the?
Oh, that's a good question. It's better than Ellen, I guess.
Yeah.
But Sailing is the only song I know. It was
Yeah.
okay, but I wouldn't go purchase the CD over that one. Just not my thing there.
Spotify.
There you go. This song was recorded in 1952. She was broke and really didn't think much about it. It was just she was going to make a few bucks. It would become her signature song. It wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angels. Oh, and it was an answer to another song. Brought you to the wilder side of life. Anybody remember that song?
I don't remember that one.
Oh,
Me either.
I'm worried about y'all.
Scotty Ray knows all the songs. So like,
But it was about a girl that it was a song that was written that was talking about how he ended up in a honky tonk, and because of his wife, and she wrote the answer to it. It wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angels. It was your husband that made them go to honky.
Okay.
And it was just a big song for her. Kitty Wells. She was also known as the queen of country music in her time. This old boy, I met him. I was in Nashville, and I was getting ready to go on the General Jackson showboat. And I get a call from a friend of mine named Diane Ritchie, and she goes, cancel that. You don't want to go hang out with RCA tonight. I said, why not? It's going to be a big time. I forget who's going to be there. And she goes, I got somebody that's going to be a big star. And she goes, I want you to meet him before he becomes a big star. I said, Diane, I've heard this before. Yeah. She goes, come on. So she had a car come pick me up from my hotel. And this is who I had dinner with that night, Eric Church. And lo and behold, this woman was right.
Yeah.
She is also the same woman who a few years before called me, and she goes, look, and she was honest with me. She goes, I've got this client, and he believes in his music, and the record label is not putting any money behind him. She said he's went and borrowed $20,000, and he's entrusted it to me to make him a star. You know who that star was?
Who?
Old boy named Garth Brooks. They were not pumping money into that song. She takes it, and she loves being on the phone, and she called everybody in America, play the song, and it worked for Garth.
Huh.
She was a big part of his career. But when she tells me she's got somebody she thinks is a star, I tend to believe her now. She was good.
Yeah.
1979, I bet every one of us that is watching out, I know you done this, because I bet you could even mock him.
You know, what is the most famous line? What is the most famous
It would be
line?
Urkel, one of them, and then this little guy here would be, I don't know which one is first.
If I say this, what you talking about,
I
Willis?
was thinking you was going to say that.
The cover of the TV Guide, Gary Coleman was on it in 79. It cost you 35 cents what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But do you remember watching that show?
I just remember that what you talking about, Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I still say it to this day.
I know.
People look at
Yeah.
me like I had to explain it to them. I was like, I had to get YouTube and show them this is what it's from.
Isn't that sad that people don't know?
I know. That was the cutest show, though. It really was.
It was. I liked it a whole
He
lot.
passed away, but I don't remember what
is
age he
even
was when he
worse
passed
is
away.
every one of those kids that was on that show ended up in trouble. Dana, what was the Willis, whatever his real name was.
It was drugs, I think, with her, and I'm not sure about the other guy.
Probably the same. I couldn't hold me to it, but that's sad. But Mr. Philip Drummond, and that was a spinoff from another show. I can't remember if it was Maud or what show that become a part of, but that was a spinoff from that.
But Mrs. Drummond,
which I've never seen.
The lady that was on, she was on there too, right?
He didn't have a wife.
I know, but she went on to do Facts of Life. Wasn't her name Mrs. Drummond on there?
I think so.
Yeah.
My sisters love that show.
Yeah, but I thought
she was on Facts. Yeah, she was on there, but I was trying to remember her character's name.
She was also on Different Strokes, and then they turned. Yeah, so I don't know, but her name was Mrs. Drummond. I thought on Facts of Life. So, but his might have been too, Mr. Drummond.
I thought she was just a housekeeper on there.
Maybe they sparked something.
Todd Bridges.
Yeah,
He did turn his life around.
Todd was just on Big Brother Celebrity earlier this year.
So he's made a complete turnabout. Well, that is good. Not many are able to do that.
Yeah, that is good.
But Dana, she couldn't pull out of it, and you see that so much. But I'm glad that he did. It seems like, and Gary Coleman.
Mrs. Garrett. Her name was Mrs. Garrett. So we mixed the two.
His name was Philip Drummond.
Right. I don't know why I thought her name was Mrs. Drummond.
We don't know what really goes on in her head over here. Al's trying. Look at his face. He's trying to figure out what is Candace thinking.
Well, we do this every day. So,
and
this is a discussion board.
Did a little fellow there sue his parents over his money?
Gary
like
Coleman?
like Leanne Rhymes done?
I don't know.
I think so.
It seems like.
I remember watching this next TV show. This will be the last day that it premiered in '85. I remember watching it, and it's, to my knowledge, it's the only TV series he was in. He didn't play a bad guy. He was a detective. Who remembers watching this?
Moonlighting. I remember it.
Sybil Shepherd with him, and they did play a good thing. It was probably the first kind of comedy detective show that there ever was. But I enjoyed watching it.
I forgot about that show.
Yeah.
It is easy. Like the other day when I was looking at the cover of TV Guide, that TV show called Hunter. I loved it, and I'd forgotten all about it.
There's so many shows that we used to watch that I don't remember about until you pop them up on the screen.
All right, let's test Al on this. 1986, this was the number one song. Shania Twain would do a video dressed like the video.
Oh, Lord, I fail.
Y'all remember the song Robert Palmer had? Might as well admit it, I'm addicted to love. You know, those girls that was in the tuxedos and the black?
Yeah. With their hair pulled back in the bun.
They were extremely hot. Whoop, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did.
I think so.
I had really totally forgotten about this TV show. And when I read this yesterday, I went, oh, this would be the last day that it aired on television. Who remembers the TV show Crazy Like a Fox? It ended tonight.
I remember it. I can't remember it. I don't think I watched it a whole lot, but
the plot was the dad was a detective, the son was an attorney, and it always started out with, help me for just a second. And it made it for about 5 years there.
I don't remember that one.
I know you're going to remember this one because every football team from here to Nanawaya played it every Friday night. This would be the last airing of the show. It would end on tonight. The last show in 1991. Any guesses before I hit the button now?
No.
the band thing should have given it away.
Oh,
it had a distinct, no words to it either.
Yeah.
Don't. Dallas ended.
You know, we went to that house.
Did you?
The first year I was open, me and the ladies went to Dallas for a gift market, and I took them to that house because I knew they would love to see, because they were obsessed with that show.
Right.
In fact, I got in trouble about that show because I lied to my sisters one night, told them on Friday night that Dallas wasn't coming on so I could watch Dukes of Hazzard. And that was when we only had like 3 channels.
Oh.
And I think during a commercial break, one of them flipped the channel and saw it was on, and I got grounded.
That ain't right.
But that house is not big at all.
Really?
I mean, I remembered it being huge,
Yeah.
And but when you see it in real life, it's smaller than most houses today around
It's
here.
like the letdown when you get to Graceland, and it's not as big as you think it is.
Yeah, we were
I've never
shocked.
been to either one. So
Yeah, I hadn't been there. Now, I'd like to check that out. 2010, I don't know if y'all remember a song called Single White Female. 2010, she would be the first country music artist that would come out and say that she was homosexual. That was Shelley Wright.
Yeah.
Broke that. Now, I think it's not a shock to anybody by any means. 2021, let's go back here. Who remembers the song Lawdy, Lawdy, Miss Claudy? Or maybe Stagger Lee? Y'all remember that? He passed away on this date, and that was Lloyd Price. Big deal there for him. I liked all those songs, enjoyed it so much. But a little trip down memory lane there, maybe a few of those stories and TV shows you do remember. Let's talk about our neighbor, Chet. Chet's down there this morning. He's got a little dust in his hair. What's he doing? He's sanding. He's getting somebody's car ready for him that maybe bumped into a deer or maybe somebody jumped up on his vehicle. That happens there. They'll put it back to your factory specs and match your paint. Can't get any better than that. See them. Here's a whoop. Got T-bone there. That's how it happens. See them. Let them fix your car. Put it back to the way it was. Honesty, trustworthy. That's what they do at Chet's Paint and Body when they're not fishing. Take it serious there. Drop in and visit with them. 737-2961 is the number to call. As you can see, classics, it doesn't matter. They take care of you there. Honesty, dependability, that's what it's all about. Insurance claims are welcome. Visit them. 9888 Highway 495, right there in the curve as you're going to the reservoir. Find out why so many people use Chet. Honesty, that's what it's all about. Visit them today. You'll find out what we're talking about.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
I've lived in Mississippi my entire life. The people of Mississippi are my people. So when someone from here comes to me for help, I take that personally. Always have, always will. One call, that's all.
And welcome back. Good. As we were sitting here talking about Dallas.
Yeah.
What'd you say about the swimming pool?
I said I know people with hot tubs bigger than that pool when you saw it in real life. I mean, it's amazing how much smaller things are, or how much larger they look when you're little.
Yeah.
So.
And what was it Scott said about West Lauderdale?
Oh, yeah, he said West Lauderdale. I didn't get it at first. I was like, what is he talking? I don't remember watching Dallas.
I thought he was talking about the show.
I know. I was like, I missed that. But he said West Lauderdale played the daylights out of Dallas till he was sick of it. He's talking about the band.
Yeah. Every Friday night.
I do remember that, yeah.
Northeast did it. It was just as a standard for high school bands. And now nobody would know what it was if it was to be played.
Yeah.
Have mercy there. Good morning from Shuckdown. Debbie Penny, glad to see you with us there. Yeah. Meehan, Anita is up making coffee for everybody in the neighborhood.
Teresa Short, good morning. Robin Miller says she loved Jock and Miss Ellie.
Yeah, the second one that come along after Jock passed away just didn't cut the mustard, as they say.
What was his name?
Clayton.
Clayton, had the
Not that
mustache.
I watched the show or anything.
Yeah. It was a standard time. We watched every time it come on. I mean, it was set. My grandmother she was sitting in the back room, and I was back there with her, and we watched Dallas, and we watched Dynasty, and
And if
Falcon
this is
crest.
true statement here, if you really watch the plot and if you watch Yellowstone, it is really Dallas updated with cuss words.
Yeah.
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 It is basically, they do it a little bit different, but Kevin Costner is Jock. Mm-hmm. And then you've got, which son would you call JR? Is it Casey? No, it'd have to be the little lawyer boy that's not as...
that they framed.
Yeah.
That the sister's
But
framed because she can't stand him.
It's the family thing.
Yeah.
It's really close to it. That's my thoughts there.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it if you can. You have to be careful there. We do put watch with parental guidance on that TV show.
I would not let my kids be in the room.
I didn't know this, y'all. Naomi, of course, as we found out, has committed suicide is what happened to her. We found out this morning that her granddaughter will not be able to attend her funeral. Why? She's in the jailhouse.
Oh, goodness.
And nobody in the family has requested that she be released for the weekend to attend the funeral. That's how bad the relationship is. She's in jail for 8 years for meth.
Oh, goodness.
She continuously broke her parole each time they would let her out, and a judge had enough that last time and made her serve 8 years in prison. I didn't know that Winona had a child that had done that. 20 years old, she'll be 28 when she gets out. But that's bad when your family does not request that you get out for the funeral.
That's awful, though.
That
That's so sad, though, that...
Meth is terrible. I wish they would...
Yeah.
They'd worry as much about it as they did about COVID.
But that situation with Naomi Judd taking her life, that is sad.
Yeah,
it's so sad when you're that depressed. And I read a news feed, or when last night there was somebody saying how selfish that was, and it does seem like a selfish act, but you don't know what somebody's going through if you have not walked in their shoes.
Yeah, look at Robin Williams.
Oh yeah,
Tom T. Hall. I
awful.
never imagined, and it would be months after he passed away that we found out that he did that. It's tormenting.
But they said that she had sought help. She had tried to get help by doing electric shock therapy. I think a friend of mine had tried that one. They tried that with her one time for depression. I don't know how that works, but they said that she did seek help. It wasn't like she just couldn't shake it. And I have been depressed before. I've been severely depressed before. It is not a place that you want to be. And if you can't shake it, that would be the worst thing. I can't imagine.
We pray for the family. Very
what the
tough
family's
time
going
there.
through. Yeah.
And you have to really sit back, y'all. Think about your life right now. A celebrity is only, because they're on television, they're just like you.
Right.
Their lives, truthfully. Of course, they got a lot more doodads than we do, but in reality, their lives are just like you and I. They have family problems like you do.
But, a lot of people said, oh, all that money, and she still... When you're depressed, you don't care about none of that.
Right.
You don't care about how you look. And it even said that she had even ignored her daily hygiene when she was that depressed. I mean, you don't care about... Right. You don't care about things like that. It's not... Yeah. Naomi. Yeah. So... That stuff doesn't even come into play.
You never know what's going on with somebody else. I lost my best friend to suicide, and ever since that day, I have looked at it totally different, and I try to make sure that everybody knows I'm there if they need something, because you just never know what's going on in somebody's life that they're hiding.
And if you ever feel like you kind of even suspect that somebody's depressed, just try to talk with them.
Right.
They might need somebody to talk to, and they might not need somebody just telling what they need to do. They might just want somebody to listen. So
Right.
I know I've said 100 times, but seriously, always step forward and be that person to be there for them. So.
And if you happen to know somebody that's not depressed, not taking a bath, give them a bar soap. Highly suggest that. Help a brother out.
Yeah.
And all the people around.
Yeah, right.
Y'all just wouldn't believe. You ain't been to Wally World lately and bumped into it.
That
Boy,
might be your public service for the day.
I'm trying to help folks here. Yeah. Look, what happens when you fall in love behind bars? Well, America now knows it.
Jail.
It will be. And here's the situation in America right now. Yeah. Here she is. An arrest warrant has been put out. Now, her family claimed there's no way she would ever do such a thing. The police see it different. It was love behind the bars.
Yeah.
He convinced her that she was the hottest thing that ever breathed breath, and, well, she done got him out.
goodness.
The hunt is on.
I knew that was going to be the outcome of this when I saw the break.
Yeah.
I kind of figured too. When it wasn't even a scheduled appointment.
Yeah, when that came out, it was obvious where this was going. But the family still at that point was going, no.
Yeah, because supposedly she was taking him to a doctor's appointment or something.
Right.
Or some kind of an appointment, but there wasn't even a scheduled appointment. So then that was a big red flag.
They've had, the thing about this, they've had plenty of time to map this out. I don't know where they are, but
they said they're pretty much probably armed and dangerous, both of them.
Yes, be careful. Because he done told her she's pretty. She'll do anything that he tells her at this point. And she fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Mm-hmm. No word yet on her previous love life, and they've not interviewed any of her ex-boyfriends to find out how vulnerable she is. There's just certain women that, you would think, I'm not trying to put words in anybody's mouth, but I'm sure that this is a problem nationwide with jailers and convicts.
I've heard of that.
I'm sure it is.
Well, I mean, not just jailers, just people in general that hook up with the people behind bars. They online, because these prisoners have access to computers.
I don't know if you watch Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, but we had that in that movie also. Did you see it out?
I did not.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is absolutely funniest.
Goodness.
Let's talk about homes. Let's talk about that a minute. You looking for a new one there? Snowden and Company has what you need. That's right. If you tell them what you're looking for, they'll put it to the side, make a note, and call you as soon as. Many, many people have visited them and walked away with a new home or sold their home. As you thumb through this, look at we've got some new houses here. This is out in the Bailey community. If you're looking for a house to live in Bailey, here's a brand new one that they've got listed here. Also, as we come across here, DeKalb, Mississippi. Up there on Stennis Drive, if you're wanting an older home there with some spunk to it, some character, it is.
Pretty older home.
As we look here at Dalewood, let's go on out there. Maybe you're looking for a house on the water. That's a pretty color. I don't know what you call that.
That'd be like a robin egg blue or kind of green.
Yeah, I wouldn't have called it robin egg, but hey.
Good job, Candace.
She's good at this. And, of course, this home here that is absolutely gorgeous. Here's another home. I want to say this is in the Enterprise area. No matter where you're looking, from here to Jackson, Mississippi, they do this. They'll be there through 5 o'clock this afternoon, whether you want just land. Whatever the case is, they can get you. See them. Find out why so many people use this. There's a reason. They walk you through all of this heavy paperwork that's involved with the bank. You know exactly what to expect. See Amanda and her team. Here they are. Call them at 453-3937. Great folks that live and walk amongst us here. Visit them today. They'll tell you more about all the great things that are going on. See them today. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we head toward the top of the hour. And everybody's talking about looking for, what was that?
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
She was. She shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, she shouldn't have.
Well, now they could share a sale.
They possibly could, yeah.
I am just shocked that how anybody could, he is a convicted major felon. But it just shows the power of love, of what people will do when someone else. Yeah. I mean, some women have even resorted to hitting their husbands with skillets. It was so powerful.
Oh, goodness.
Coming in late.
That was a love tap, I'm sure.
That's what you call it, a love tap.
Yeah.
But that is some headlines across America this morning. And we want to say thank you for coming in. What are your store hours for Mother's Day so folks can come visit you?
Well, we're closed on Mother's Day Sunday, but we're open 8 till 6 on weekdays and 8 till 4 on Saturday. Saturday will be a busy day, so bear with us. It's going to be packed. Yeah. But we will have the snow cone truck out there again Saturday, so at least it'll be a way to cool off.
The what truck?
Snow cone.
Snow cone. I thought you said the smoke truck.
No, snow cone. Snow cone. And they're good, too.
Yeah.
Snow cones. I like those. Again, Al with Al's gardening gift, we thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for
with
having
us.
me. I appreciate it.
We've had a lot of fun this morning. We're close to the end of our day. We're getting ready for Tuesday to come about. Any breaking news, we'll be here and let you know instantly when it happens, when we get all the truth to the matter.
That's right. We always have to wait on that. So.
Candace is getting ready to go do some hair somewhere.
I am.
And make people look better.
I am.
So you won't have to worry about seeing me. I ain't got no hair to do that with.
Thank y'all for being a part of this and making us the most talked about show in Meridian, Mississippi. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow.
Have a blessed day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: